Hey everybody, it's Norris with the Norris Group. It is Friday, March 2nd, and when it comes to rental properties and competition, have you thought about upgrading security as a way to keep tenants? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Don't miss the radio show and the podcast this week. I interview Sterling Jowitz of Common, a co-living company in several major markets across the United States. We talk about the competition in micro and co-living space. We talk about the most popular markets that Common is located in and why. Engaging tenants and selling lifestyle and not just shelter, as well as the risks of putting 4 to 5 unrelated parties in the same space living together and how to manage that risk. You won't want to miss this. It's one of my favorite interviews I've gotten to do. The Commerce Department reported 7.8% decrease in new home sales for the second month in a row. Consumer confidence is at its highest in 17 years. The National Association of Realtors reported a 4.7% decrease in pending home sales for January, and fixed-rate mortgage rates increased with the 30-year rate at 4.43% and 15-year rate at 3.9%. According to Bloomberg, 35% of U.S. home buyers are bidding sight unseen on properties, so the competition must be really bad. Redfin polled 1,500 recent home buyers and found that the proportion of those bidding sight unseen was almost double the 19% reported back in 2016. Young buyers were far more comfortable bidding without visiting, and the practice was more common out west, particularly in Los Angeles, where the market is hot. Who needs the visit when there are virtual tours, right? I want investors so bad to create virtual tours before they fix things up and do a really funny voiceover. I just think it would be hilarious. Millennial meccas, Gen X hotspots, and boomer boomtowns. That's what Realtor.com calls them, but where are they, and where are these different generations choosing to live? Well, millennials, the conventional wisdom goes, are tech-obsessed, self-obsessed, debt-laden, and weirdly fascinated with beards and avocados. Well, Generation X were cynical, self-reliant, often forgotten. And baby boomers, well, they're rebellious, materialistic, obstinate, unhealthily obsessed with late-night cable news. Well, despite their differences, members of each group share one unifying goal: their dream home. So millennials may say YOLO, but when it comes time to pack up the U-Haul and move to a new home, millennials, Xers, and boomers all define this in a different way and in different places. So where have they landed? So where are the hot spots for millennials? We'll do the top 5, even though there's the top 10 for each. But millennials is San Francisco, Seattle, Houston, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. Denver's number 6. I'll just do 6. Gen X is Houston, Miami, Dallas, Washington, D.C., and Riverside. Riverside beat out Austin. That's crazy to me. And then boomers, we've got Phoenix, Northport, Miami, the Villages, and Punta Gorda. As if we don't have enough causing the housing crisis, the shortage of construction workers is becoming more of a problem. The Bay Area is one of the hardest hit areas, with developers complaining there aren't enough construction workers to build the homes the region needs. Some companies are even flying in labor to finish projects. It's making wages and their overall cost of buildings rise, forcing some developers to delay projects, or in some cases just decide not to build at all. In a recent study by the National Association of Home Builders, 82% of builders surveyed said the cost and availability of labor was a big problem last year, and that's up from 13% in 2011. So that is a huge change. What's America's favorite housing style? Ranch, craftsman, or colonial? Well, according to a Trulia poll, it's the craftsman, but barely. 43% prefer the craftsman, but ranch is not far behind at 41%, and 36% said colonial. But when we dig in deeper to demographics, it definitely does change. 52% of millennials said they prefer the craftsman, and we're 55 and better, the boomers, they prefer the ranch style. How important is security to tenants? Well, according to DIY home security company UMA, renters are 85% more likely to get burglarized than homeowners. This week, Realtor Mag gave us a few tips on keeping properties safe. Number 1, finding weak spots, so going through the home and seeing where people could possibly enter. Secure ground level windows and patios with things like security bars and metal rods, which I'm not a huge fan of, but consider security cameras that can come with pluses and minuses. Some people are really weird about cameras. Maybe we can offer some coupons to tenants. Maybe things are cheaper than they would think. Who knows? And then number 4, monitor your property through your phone. This would mean that you have a camera on site and your tenants would be okay with you monitoring this. I don't think that's going to happen. But, it's making sure the windows lock work. What are you doing as a landlord? Have you even thought of putting in Amazon Key or cameras on your properties to be able to monitor things on the exterior? I would love to hear what you have to say. I have not done anything with technology in this front, so interested to hear what you have to say. If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video. And if we missed something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. Well, it is March and we are back on the road. March 7th will be part of the 2018 Real Estate Market Forecast. Coldwell Banker puts that on in the Inland Empire, and we are joined on stage by a ton of other speakers, including Christopher Thornburg, one of the favorites from our radio show, and John Husing, the Inland Empire expert of demographics. So if you're local, you might want to check that out. I hear they're pretty close to being sold out, and they're expecting 500 people, so it should be a huge event. March 14th, Stay Put or Cash Out, NorCalREA. We're coming up to Sacramento. We'd love to see you there that evening. And then the following Saturday, we are going to be doing Cashing In on a Boom quadrant for buying strategies, and it's going to be a little bit more workshopy as we are having Property Radar come out to talk about marketing and get a hands-on experience looking at all the cool data and information they have in their program. So check that out on our website. For more information on hard money loans, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction, check out thenorrisgroup.com. We got buy and hold for just 6.9%. That is rad. And for more information on passive investing with trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.